When it comes to raw power,
Dressed to come off.
lethal precision,
Power this kid has.
and the ability to turn lights out with a single punch,
Challenge.
Gene Silva is the name everyone should fear. A knockout artist with calculated aggression and a killer instinct inside the octagon. With an 84% finish rate, he has demolished every opponent the UFC has thrown his way, leaving an indelible mark on the featherweight division. Now, with 11 consecutive wins, Silva isn't just a prospect. He's the phenomenon the UFC has been waiting for. It's time to rewind the tape and relive how Gene Silva has made knockout his signature and destruction his legacy. But before continuing, please subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Gene Silva, born in Florianópolis, Brazil. Silva's story is one of struggle and overcoming difficulties. He grew up in an environment marked by violence and loss, including the tragic death of his brother. However, he found escape in Muay Thai, and with the support of his wife, Carol, transformed his pain into determination. He also boxed, honing his devastating striking power before immersing himself in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Since his professional debut in 2016, Silva has amassed an impressive record with 12 knockout wins. His rise in the UFC began at Dana White's Contenders Series, where he secured his contract after defeating Kevin Vallejos via unanimous decision. Since then, he has proven to be a natural finisher with spectacular victories. Now, with his sights set on the top, Silva prepares to face the best in the division, seeking to cement himself as the most feared featherweight in the UFC. His legacy is just beginning, but his impact is already felt in every fight. On November 19, 2016, a young Gene Silva entered the professional octagon for the first time at Aspar FC 48, aiming to make his mark on the MMA world. And he certainly did. Facing Lorenzo Rodriguez, Silva showed no debutante jitters. From the moment the bell rang, he advanced with calculated aggression, sizing up his opponent.
Tocaram luva, deu até abraço. Início de combate.
He needed only 15 seconds to find the perfect opening and land a crushing blow. Rodriguez went down. The referee intervened, and Silva debuted with a spectacular TKO. That debut made it clear that Silva wasn't just another promising fighter. He was a natural finisher.
Opa! O que aconteceu ali? O árbitro já interviu. Muita comemoração aí do Jean. Muita felicidade aí da parte do Jean. Nocaute muito rápido.
After making his mark in several minor fights and tournaments, he would make waves in his bout against Henrique dos Santos at Aspar MTK. From the start, Silva displayed his trademark aggression.
Eu tô me perdendo, comentando bem, mas eu posso jogar o quadril mais baixo.
Looking for takedowns and controlling the pace of the fight.
Porra. Aí eu desequilibrei ele e joguei outro, só de raiva. Aí foi.
Henrique attempted to respond with his own grappling game, but Silva found the perfect opening to close the guillotine and force his opponent to tap out.
Fingi que eu joguei um treino de mão, a mão passou. Levantar, ó. Ele já era, não tinha muito o que fazer. Acabou a luta.
Wherever she landed, she left impressive moments. Such was the case in her confrontation with Tamaré Lacerda at Cidade de Luta 5 on March 8, 2020, in Curitiba, Paraná, Brazil. From the first second, Gene Silva displayed his characteristic aggressiveness. Pressuring Tamaré Lacerda with precise strikes and relentless mobility. Lacerda tried to respond with her own striking, but Silva had a clear plan: to destroy with surgical precision. At 4 minutes and 28 seconds of the first round, Silva found the perfect opening and launched a brutal flying knee that connected squarely with Lacerda. The blow was devastating, leaving his opponent without an answer and forcing the referee to stop the fight. With this TKO victory, Silva demonstrated that his finishing power is no coincidence. On February 4, 2023 in São Paulo, Brazil, Jean Silva faced Valdemir Cardoso at Spartacus MMA. From the first moment, Silva came out like a hurricane, pressuring Cardoso with flurries of precise punches and giving him no room to breathe.
Jackson vai cercando, finta ali com chute, vem ali com diretão na barriga. Chute alto agora conectou, hein? Responde com a esquerda e direita o Jackson Jr.
Cardoso tried to respond with his own striking, but Silva was on another level, dodging with precision and punishing every opening in his opponent's defense.
E agora vem o upper direto, a sequência de mão. Vai pra cima o Jackson.
With the clock marking 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the first round, Silva found his moment. A direct bomb landed with force, staggering Cardoso and forcing the referee to intervene. A brutal KO/TKO, Silva raised his arms in victory, proving he was ready to face the best.
Valdemir, cotovelada, direita, vai sentindo muito o ritmo, Valdemir. Rapaz, o Valdemir tá ruim, hein? Vai pra cima, diretaça mais uma vez e fim de...
After multiple victories and one more impressive than the last, Jean Silva caught the attention of the UFC thanks to his impressive performance on the regional MMA circuit and his aggressiveness inside the octagon. His opportunity came at Dana White's Contender Series, a program designed to discover new talent and award contracts to promising fighters. In his Contender Series bout, Silva faced Kevin Vallejos. From the first round, Jean Silva and Kevin Vallejos made it clear that it would not be an easy fight. Vallejos came out aggressive, seeking to impose his rhythm with quick combinations.
York to try and get away from that. You're going to use the hands. Back Vallejos up.
But Silva responded with his characteristic punching power and surgical precision.
When you cut the cage off like that, you back them up. You want to keep them there.
Vallejo's asking him if he's nervous through the early going, and they like the combination he threw there and another.
Throughout the 3 rounds, Silva landed the most significant blows, wearing Vallejos down with his constant pressure. Although the Argentine showed great resistance, the Brazilian dominated the fight with his superior striking and control of the octagon.
That's why it goes.
Well, that's it, Brendan. We will find out what he's made of. Can he put that behind him?
The right leg, it looks like.
Yeah, showboating a little bit.
In the end, Silva took the victory by unanimous decision, securing his contract with the UFC and proving that his aggressiveness and technique make him a real threat in the featherweight division. His official UFC debut would come at UFC Fight Night. Ankalaev vs. Walker 2, Jean Silva vs. Weston Wilson. From the start, Silva showed impressive aggression, landing precise and powerful punches. It was total dominance. At approximately 4 minutes and 12 seconds into the first round, Silva scored a KO/TKO, leaving Wilson with no answer to his explosive offense. It was a demonstration of great power and precision by Silva, consolidating his victory and debut in a resounding manner. He had started off on the right foot in the UFC, making it clear he was going to sweep everyone away. And he proved it in his next fight, Jean Silva vs. Charles Jourdain. From the very first moment, Silva displayed ruthless aggression, dodging Jourdain's attacks with pinpoint accuracy and countering with devastating blows.
Fighter really can do it all.
He is to be and gracious to be in this position.
The first round was a dance of power and strategy, with Jourdain trying to impose his rhythm while Silva responded with explosive combinations.
Oh, good counter.
Charles, if you keep letting Charles Jourdain keep
Official tire of UFC. Oh, nice step in elbow by Silva.
the Silva corner is telling him that.
The crowd roared when Silva threw a devastating uppercut in the second round. A blow that pierced Jourdain's defense like thunder in a storm. In the blink of an eye, Jourdain was down, his resistance shattered by Silva's power. The referee intervened, and the KO/TKO victory was declared. John Silva stood out like a true warrior, proving his supremacy in the octagon with an electrifying performance.
Elbow to the body. These are nasty. I mean, the power this kid has.
That'll do it!
And didn't wait long to accept his next fight, against an iron-jawed warrior known for his relentless aggression. At UFC Fight Night, Namajunas vs. Cortez on July 13, 2024, Gene Silva and Drew Dober met in a fiery battle in Denver, Colorado. From the outset, Silva imposed his style with quick combinations that kept Dober on the defensive, while Dober responded with his brutal punching power.
And you saw on the tail of the tape, Dober 1 inch taller. That rarely happens. Yeah. Whoa! Flying knee from Silva. Dober.
As the fight progressed, the exchange of blows became a frenetic spectacle. Silva moving with cat-like agility and Dober absorbing punishment with indomitable determination.
Speed.
In the third round, a deep cut on Dober forced a doctor's stoppage, giving Gene Silva the TKO victory. Although the fight ended unexpectedly, it made it clear that Silva is a force to be reckoned with, while Dober once again demonstrated his legendary resilience. John Silva was quickly reaching the peak of his career, cementing himself as one of the most electrifying forces in the MMA world, and no one was going to stop him. Thus would his fight against Melsik Bagdasaryan in Seattle, Washington. Both fighters came hungry for victory, but from the first moment Silva showed he wasn't there to play games.
Tá com a guarda baixa, mas o Melsik também fica ali com aquela mão direita bem, se dá um luxo de deixar essa mão mais baixa. Mais um chute alto do brasileiro, bloqueado pelo Melsik. Mais um chute baixo, jogou cruzado na resposta do Melsik. Ele consegue esquivar bem. Oh! Boa canhota! Uau!
The fight started with brutal intensity, with Bagdasaryan trying to impose his powerful striking.
Olha a mão direita, a mão da frente tocou, jabzinho do Melsik tocou. Vamos pra reta final, minuto final do primeiro round.
However, Silva read every movement with surgical precision, dodging attacks and waiting for the exact moment to launch his offense.
Excelente, ele é muito fraco, ótima mão. Olha só esse cruzado passando.
And that moment came quickly. A devastating right hand connected squarely in Bagdasaryan's face, sending him reeling to the canvas. Within seconds, Silva launched a flurry of punches at his opponent on the ground, forcing the referee to intervene and stop the fight. KO/TKO in the first round, a crushing victory.
Deus acompanhando com a gente aqui também. Cruzado, entrou direto! Sensacional! Sentiu o Jean! Vai pra cima! Pra amassar! Pra liquidar!
This is how their most recent fight would turn out. The fight between Gene Silva and Bryce Mitchell at UFC 314 was not only a clash of skills inside the octagon, but also a clash of completely opposite personalities and life philosophies. From the pre-fight, the tension was palpable. Mitchell, known for his controversial statements and rural lifestyle, arrived at the event with a defiant attitude. even stating that Silva was possessed by a demon due to his energy and explosive behavior before fights. On the other hand, Silva, with his charisma and natural aggressiveness, stood his ground, letting his skills speak for him. When the fight began, Mitchell tried to impose his fight, but Silva frustrated each attempt with impeccable defense and sharp striking. In the second round, Silva took advantage of a takedown attempt from Mitchell and landed a brutal ninja choke, forcing him to submit at 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Regardless of the outcome, this fight represented a clash of ideologies and lifestyles, with Silva emerging as the clear winner both inside and outside the octagon. John Silva has emerged as one of the most electrifying figures in the world of MMA. From his early days in Brazil to his rise in the UFC, he has demonstrated an impressive evolution, combining devastating striking with solid defense and exceptional adaptability. Beyond his technical skills, Silva has demonstrated a champion's mentality, facing challenges with determination and evolving with each fight. If he maintains his momentum and continues to perfect his technique, there is no doubt his name will go down in MMA history as one of the most exciting fighters of his generation. If you'd like to see more of his fights, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on upcoming stories and fights. See you in the next video.